Alright guys, so today we are at the Intrepid and I'm going to show you everything that you need to know in the Navy Ship Museum. It is called Intrepid. Guys, just follow me whilst I take you around. I'm going to show you amazing things that you would love to see. Please subscribe to this channel. Yes, America. Let's go.
Welcome aboard the former USS Intrepid, an aircraft carrier that served in the United States Navy from 1943 until 1974. We say former because Intrepid isn't in commission anymore. Intrepid served as a floating military airfield that carried US Navy aircraft all over the world. Intrepid is 893 feet long, about as long as 3 football fields. If you stood the ship on end, it would be almost as tall as the Chrysler Building in New York City. The ship has a long, flat flight deck. This is where aircraft took off and landed. The hangar deck inside the ship was where crew members stored maintained aircraft. The ship is a maze of passageways, ladders and compartments or rooms. Some contained machinery or equipment or served as workshops for the crew. Still other areas were living spaces for the crew of about 3,000 people. On December 1, 1941, just 6 days before the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, the keel for USS Intrepid was laid. Commissioned on August 16, 1943, Intrepid was the third of 24 Essex-class aircraft carriers. The mission of these mobile airfields was to bring the might of the US military to the doorstep of Japan. During World War II, Intrepid participated in the invasion of the Marshall Islands, airstrikes against the Japanese base on Truk, a major naval clash in the Philippines, Leyte Gulf, and the amphibious assault on Okinawa. Between February 1944 and April 1945, Intrepid was struck by a torpedo and damaged by 5 kamikaze attacks. The ship was repaired and returned to service after each strike. With the defeat of Japan in August 1945, Intrepid's original mission was complete. The ship joined the reserve fleet. In the 1950s, the Cold War gave Intrepid a new role. Intrepid was refitted to accommodate heavier, faster jet aircraft. Recommissioned in 1954, Intrepid embarked on Mediterranean deployments and participated in naval exercises. Monitoring Soviet submarines became a growing concern in the 1960s, and Intrepid was converted into an anti-submarine carrier. Intrepid also served as a recovery vessel for 2 NASA missions, Mercury 7 in 1962 and Gemini 3 in 1965. In 1966, Intrepid was temporarily converted to a special attack carrier and deployed to Vietnam. Intrepid served 3 tours of duty in the Gulf of Tonkin. Intrepid squadrons bombed targets in North and South Vietnam, provided support for ground attacks, and battled North Vietnamese jets in the air. Following the Vietnam War, Intrepid resumed an anti-submarine role. By the 1970s, Essex-class carriers proved unable to support the US Navy's latest aircraft. Intrepid was decommissioned on March 15, 1974. New York City developer and philanthropist Zachary Fisher spearheaded a campaign to save Intrepid from the scrapyard. The ship opened as a museum in 1982 and was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1986. Let me take you inside this huge ship of the US Navy. I will do my best to show you everything in there. If you're visiting New York anytime, you also visit the Intrepid at Pier 86, W46th Street and 12th Avenue, New York. Let's go explore the Intrepid.
Okay guys, so we're buying a ticket right now to go into the museum. We're going into the Intrepid. Well, so right now I'm getting my ticket right now for the tour to begin. This is the entrance to the museum, but before that there is a merch shop, a shop that you can get all merch from caps, t-shirts and everything, like all different type of caps that you want. Some t-shirt that has the USS Intrepid since 1943, everything. It's been written on it. You can have your sportswear that is designed. You can have your jeans pants and everything. Also some souvenirs that has the New York written on it. We have things like mugs that has the Intrepid Museum on it. Everything. You can have books, some magazines that is being designed that you can find. Things like water bottles that you can store your water in it for your daily gym and stuff like that. Maybe coffee, you're going to work and you can store your coffee in it. And we have some magazines that have that you can look into, and so many other things that we have in this store. We have souvenirs for kids, all types of flights that they use during the war, during the Second World War. We have many things that you can take home or you can buy from this store. They have all the type of the officers, the uniforms. They have some type of it that they have designed to put in the submarine. Has its own books and everything, all the airspace, because this museum is Intrepid. We are done with the merch store and we are going to the museum right now. Now we are at the hangar deck. This is the beginning of our tour. Welcome on board into the Intrepid, the Air, Space and Sea Museum. Let's go to the aircraft carrier of the Intrepid. Follow me. Now we are going inside into the hangar deck. We are inside right now. I'm going to show you some other beautiful, I think, things that were being used during the Second World War by this Intrepid. As you can see, this is the carrier deck where planes are being stored. What you are seeing right now is the model of the Intrepid. The model of the Intrepid. This is how it looked like. This is like a model. This is how all the fighter jets are being packed on. Now this is a piece of the hangar deck during the World War II. And look at this. You could feel it. You could see the pieces, what they used to build the whole thing, the whole flight deck. Look, this one is for the flight deck. This is how they build it. It comprises of wood and metals. Wow. Now the hull. This is a hull. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it is, but this are some of the pieces, how they were able to build this ship. So let's keep going whilst I show you inside this big ship. So these are some of the officers during the Second World War. Pictures around, some books that were being used by the officers in the flights during the Second World War. Some of the newspapers, during that time. And And here are some of the history about the Intrepid. Yes, and this is how tall the Intrepid look like. If you can see on the other side is the Empire State Building and the Intrepid. It means that this is how tall the Intrepid look like. The whole ship is tall, like the size of the Empire State Building. And now this is some places, this is a gas trunk that I don't know, maybe this is where they store the gas that have been used. And this is the USS Intrepid, the bell that sounds for the soldiers, you know, for any emergency or something like that. And so this bell is the real one. And if you come into the Intrepid, this is the Intrepid in the World War II. So this is a model that this is a model type I'm showing you right now. It's in the safe right here, and this is how it look like when it's in operation. These are all the fighter jets that they use to fight during the war. And this is how the model look like. It has dates and things like that. So the museum was opened in November 8, 2008. And then this is the Korea War, during the Korea War. So now some visuals of how the Intrepid look like, how it's been operated during the World War II. So this is how, it was like, it is like during the World War II. Let's go to another model of how the Cold War, the Intrepid was looking like. And this is also a model of how the whole ship is like. This is an amazing. You can see how big it is, and these are some of the things they used during the World War II. And these are some of the Navy, the USS and Navy uniform look like. This is how this is what they were wearing, and this is how it looked like. Yes, this is beautiful. You want to visit here? It's worth it. Just come when you are in New York anytime. Just pass by. Okay, so this is how the 3D animation or the animated design of the whole Intrepid look like. And this is a sick bay. We have the sick bay, which is like the hospital in there. Everything they have, the aircraft carrier, everything. This is what they used to maybe navigate the flight when they're about to land on the ship. And these are some of the books they use during that day. Yeah. And this, I don't know what it is, but I guess you'll find out yourself. So this is the optical landing system, the MK10 MOD optical landing system, which is being used. I don't know what it is though, but I guess anybody in the military knows what it is. Also, this is the hull. The people that were on the Intrepid during the time, who passed away during the World War II. May their souls rest in peace. We honor them. And this is the propeller of the Intrepid. This is the real one. This is what I don't know much about the propeller, but I think is the one that powers the movement of the ship. And so yeah, it's also here. Yeah, it's also here. You can enjoy it, you can feel it. Yeah, but remember, you don't have to touch it. And these are some of the aircraft that they used during the war. It's been packed here. It looked beautiful, it looked awesome. I'm not going to mention the names though, because I'm not too good in mentioning some names, so you just have to watch it yourself, right? Because I'm not going to put any name out there that I might not be able to mention it right, and you will not get it right. So you see it, you know it, and you read it yourself. So yes, this is some of the things you can see here in the museum. We have a lot of things in the museum, and I bet you are going to love it. When you come here, everything is into perfection. Everything is in perfection. You are going to remember what our soldiers did for this country. Okay, so these are some of the things, operation of this ship. As I said, I'm not going to mention the names of the weapons or the equipment that you see over here. You are going to see it yourself and get the name right for yourself, because I'm not a military person, I'm a YouTuber, and I'm not going to mention something that might not sound well in the ears of somebody, a military person that is watching. And so I'll just leave that one for you to get the names. I'm going to capture the names with my camera so that you'll be able to read it yourself, so you can get a good understanding of the whole of what it is that I'm showing you. Please subscribe to Yes America, to this channel, and don't forget to share, like, comment. It's very important. So this is another Navy aircraft that were used during the war. It's all inside the museum right here in the Intrepid, and you just will love it. The whole thing is amazing. As you can see, I'm showing you everything, but you also have to come here. You are in New York. Anytime you don't know where it is, you can send us an email. You want to visit here, you're watching me from wherever you are around the world, you want to visit here, you can email, or you need an assistant how to go there. The name, everything is in the description below. You'll have the location to where to go or where to find Intrepid, or you can just Google it, Intrepid and Space Museum. You're gonna get it, and you see the location. Whenever you visit New York, just go visit the place. Yes, so yeah, this is some of the pictures, some beautiful pictures right there, some souvenirs that were used by the officers in the ship. Yes, I hope you've seen it, and this look lovely. We just would say thank you for serving us. And these are some of the prototypes of the space Mercury, or if I'm right, I guess I'll have to get the name right. So yes, and Intrepid, yes, you can see it, it's right there, and this is it. Amazing. I think this is the replica size of it, and yeah, just feel it. So these are some of some medals, and these are some I don't know what it is. Maybe these are some the awards given to some officers, and yes, and some helmets used by the officers, and then I think this is a uniform that has some names of some countries in there. Maybe where, I don't know, maybe it's where the Intrepid have been to so far. And yes, so these are some of the Navy officers, their luggage bags that they keep their things in there. And these are some of the souvenirs they got from wherever they've been to, and it's been used by some of them, and these are being preserved. These are some of the uniforms they wear, the captains in the air. Oh, these are some of the badges. Yes, and look at it. Yes, USS Intrepid, 1954 to 1905. So yeah, 1956. Yeah, so these are some, and these are some of the things that were done by the officers during the time, during the Second World War. These are the helmet, the uniforms they wear, and the safety gears that they used, and all that. It says World War II. See, these are World War II Navy access. So these are some of the things they use, the officers wear. This is the real uniform they wear, and these are some of their tools, their equipment, their book, their notebooks, and everything. This is real. Yes. Thank you, officers. Thank you. So this is the aircraft fueling station. This is where maybe they fuel all the aircraft right inside the Intrepid, the ship. So when you go straight forward is the pilot escalator right there, but it's not allowed, so you cannot go inside. So yeah, this is the little I can show you. You can just go a little bit closer but I think yeah, you cannot go any further. So and that flight they used for during the World War II. Yes, this is amazing. It has the number 69. I don't know what that 69 means, but any military person understands what. I think the USS Navy personnel, some of them knows what it means. And so yeah. Okay, so as you can see, the aircraft, this is some of the oldest aircraft, and it's been stored right here in the museum. You come, you see it, you enjoy it, you take a picture and everything. Please subscribe to this channel, Yes America, and we're gonna bring you more of this on this channel. Subscribe, like and share. Also comment. Every comment is welcome. So yes, as you can see inside right there of this aircraft, 69. Well, I don't know if that's the name, but it has 69, and I know it's a special number for in the Navy. So yes, and this is another aircraft right here that was used during the Second World War, so by the Navy, and it says AK-2833. I don't know what it is. USS Intrepid Navy. And yes, you just have to come see it. All these are in the museum right here, and it's looking so awesome, beautiful. This is awesome. Now this is inside the some of the places that the officers sleep. Yes, and this is how their bed. This is how the beds look like inside. And this, I think, is an anniversary cake for the USS Intrepid. So yeah, it looked beautiful. And this is a signal light. It's a signal light. So it means that this is the light that is used to give signals to the officers on board the Intrepid, just in case if there is a problem or there's an enemy coming their way, they give a signal and they have to take action. Yes, and this inside here is what they used to go to space. Yes, I should think so. And yes, all is here in the museum. You just have to come look at it, feel it, and enjoy it. This is Yes America. So yes, as you can see, this is how it looks like. These are some of the food they use in space as a space food. Look at that. Wow. This is how the food look like. So you can't take any heavy food or can or something like that. So this is how the food look like. Yeah. And these are some pictures. So this is how it look like when it's in space. So yes. Yeah, and this is how they go in it. You have to sleep in it, and then I think you're good to go. Hopefully one day I also go to the space. and see how that place look like. But for now, we're in the Intrepid. Officers, these are some of the chairs that were used by the officers in different various places, maybe classrooms, the barbering shop, and all that. This is the sick bay. So the sick bay is like a mini hospital in the ship, and this is how it looks like. This is just the plan, and I'm going to tap into that and review the plan of the sick bay. So how the sick bay look like in the ship. Yes, and so when somebody gets hurt, somebody gets injured, they have everything in their pharmacy lab, everywhere, laboratory storage, everywhere, medical department office, everything, storage, private medicine, senior medical officers, everywhere they have it in there. All this place is inside the Intrepid, the ship. Wow. So basically, if somebody is not feeling well, somebody got injured during the war, they treat the person on board before they can be able to get the person. So you can see on the mind. See, so now we go inside the sick bay, and these are some of the things that you can find in there. You know, these are the call time, you know, yeah, everything by the people who work there, the crew and everyone, all the officers. Yes. So as you can see in this picture, I think somebody is injured and they are operating the person on board. Wow, this is amazing. This one, well, the people who works in the hospital knows the name of this, and yes, this is what they used to, you know, treat the officers to get well when they are injured. Yeah, and this is some of the equipment that were being used during the time, and it's being kept right here as it is. I think these are some of the lights they use for operations when they are operating on someone who is injured. Yeah, you know, this is some of the medical supplies that you could see over there. It's right here. Some of the tools they use is right there. So you don't have to touch it, just look at it and see how it look like. Some of the tools they use during the time. All these are here. Yes. So everything you need to know, everything you need to see, some pictures, some albums that has the pictures of the team that works in there. Or the sailors, I mean, you know, the sailors that worked in here. Oh God, look at the pictures, look at the time some of them are being treated during the time. You know, some operation happening in picture right there, and these sailors these officers did serve the country America. So this is like a doctor on board's uniform, who is an officer, and so yes, it's great. See, doctors on board. That's their uniform right there. They used to put on in their sick bay. Yeah. So now that we're done with the sick bay, let's move to the next place. Right now we are on the next part of the museum, and this is how it looked like in the submarine, and so let me just show you something little over here, and I will be taking you to the main submarine for you to see what we have in there. So this is like a prototype that is in the museum that you can look at, and you see how it is. It has, some places, but I'm going to take you into the submarine for you to see how that place look like. This is just like a prototype inside the museum. So yes, and these are some of the beds, how the bed look like, the beds for the sailors. This is how it look like, and this is how they sleep. This is in the picture form. That's how they sleep. This is the real picture of during the time the World War II, and this is how the bed looked like. So yes, this is like a quarters in there, and this is like the captain's cabin, where you can see all the necessary things. I don't know about this, I'm not going to mention things, but yes, you can see for yourself. Just feel it, enjoy it. Yes, you see their telephones that they use to operate, and all that they used to make calls. I mean, communication between them. You can see the emergency box, a first aid box, as a compass, that they used to navigate on the sea. Yes, and this. So you can see also this one is like a prototype of one of their fighter jets that they use, and so yeah, this is a prototype. This is not a real one. It's just a prototype they've designed, and it's in there. And this is another one too. I don't know what this one is. I don't know what it's called. But yes, it was also used during the Second World War. So I don't know what it is. I'm not going to say the name or mention any name that I am going to get it wrong, but just look at it. Right. Okay guys, this is the first part of this video. The next and the completion part of the Intrepid is coming up. right here on this channel. Yes, America. Please subscribe, share, like, and comment for the second part of this video right here on this channel. Yes, America.